might have to take notes on this bitch. Famous and Wealthy Podcast, man. Today we got my boy Reef in the building all the way from New York, man. He gonna be breaking down credit repair, funding, and his mentorship program. Let us know exactly, man, how your backstory work, man. What was it like growing up? You know what I'm saying? How you get into entrepreneurship, how you get into mentorship, all this.
Skip a lot of stuff. You know, I grew up like a regular person. My parents split up. I had 8 brothers and sisters, and I was more so raised by my father. Started to, like get into the streets, stuff like that. That ended up leading me to prison. From prison.
Yeah, how long you doing prison?
Almost 13 years. 12
Damn,
years and 9 months, yeah.
Wow, so that just shows y'all, man, that it's possible to actually get yourself to the next level. This man all the way, you went to prison for 12 years?
Yeah, 12 years and 9 months, yeah.
And here, sitting on the Famous and Wealthy Podcast today, man.
For sure.
Anything is possible.
All right.
And what happened after that?
So I got out. When I first got out, I got a job, did like the
job.
regular people do. I went and got my CDL.
Okay.
I got my CDL, and after a while, I did that for about a year, and then eventually I got into like a little fight at my job, and I got fired.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into what I'm doing now. Right. So I was doing that. They fired me at my job, and then from there, I ain't looked back. I started doing this, what I'm doing now, credit repair, business funding, coaching, stuff like that.
Talking about so you had a job, right? And you ended up, losing your job after the fight?
Yeah. So we was at my job, right? We was at the job. I got into an argument with one of the coworkers, right? So the dude ended up swinging on me. He ended up swinging on me. I ended up fighting the dude back, whatever the case may be. Yeah. So they ended up firing both of us. I guess because I won the fight, they was like, yo, listen, you got to get fired too, right? Yeah. So just to break it down a little bit, how I got into what I'm doing, right? So after that, I had to figure something out, right? I had bills to pay, I had 2 kids, stuff going on, right? Right. So I'm like, you know what? I was already learning about the stuff that I'm doing now. I was already learning about this in prison. Like, I had met this older dude named Bruce, right? And while I was in there, he was like, yo, listen, man. He was in there. I was in federal prison. Yeah. So he was in there for, like, bank fraud. He was an older dude. And he was like, yo, listen, Reef, I see you running around. You doing all this extra stuff. You young. You always getting in trouble. And he kind of, like, just took me under the wing and was like, yo, listen, man, I'm going to teach you about this business funding. I'm going to teach you about the credit stuff. He started teaching me about real estate. And I learned a lot from him when I was in there. But when I came home, it was like I didn't really, like, know exactly what to do. So the first thing I did was quickly I just went and got a CDL. I was like, okay, this is something that I know I could do now. I got it in 90 days of being home, and I went and did that. While I was doing that, I was also still studying, learning about credit. I'll be at my job, and I'll be on my break, like just, watching videos, watching other people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I was even watching you when I was in prison. Yeah. Watching a lot of people. And from there, so by the time I got fired, it was like I was kind of already ready. I was already like, this is what I'm about to do. So I got fired, and this is how you know God really wanted me to do this, because I went to go get another job, right? My baby mom's, at the time I was still with her. And, she was panicking like, yo, you got fired. We got bills to pay. Like, what we going to do? I'm like, listen, man, I want to do this. She like, you need to go get a job.
Yeah, because like most people don't believe in, that type of vibe. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But okay, boom, you got a job.
Yo, so she like, yeah, you need to go get a job. So I'm like, all right, so I went to go look for another job, right? So I went to go look for another trucking job. Yeah. They told me, okay, cool, we gonna hire you, but you gotta do a driving test, right? So I went to go do the driving test. Now, as I'm going to do the driving test, he's like, yo, you gotta back up right here and park into this parking space. But when they told me to do that, it was like a little van that was like on the side, like a utility van. And I'm like, yo, y'all not gonna move this van so I could back up the right way? They like, nah, he's like, you'll be all right, get around it. Man, and now mind you, when I graduated from CDL school, I had the best record in, out of the 20-something people I was in my class. Like, as far as, like, driving, I was good with the trucks. This one time, I back up, I smacked the truck on a job interview.
What?
So that was God. I feel like that was God telling me, like, yo, listen, man, this little $2,000 a week that you trying to do, I got something bigger for you, Reef. You know what I'm saying? It's something, I'm going to take you to the next level, right? Right. So now when I hit the truck, that was just, for me, that was like my confirmation. I'm like, listen, man, I know, baby mom, you want me to do this, but I need you to trust me. I'm going to do this. I'm about to go make money off of Instagram, TikTok. Like, I see all these other BANDMAN KEVOs. They out on, they popping it. I want to be like, I want to do what they doing. Right. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I got into this more so, like, and took off doing this.
Damn, that's fire. That's a good ass story too. Like it's okay. It's like okay, boom. You get into credit repair or you get into funding first.
I got into credit repair first.
Yeah. So, but you just started cleaning like a couple people credit reports, and then
Yeah. So it's crazy, right? So when I first started, what I did was I watched the video and I seen how somebody was like, oh, you could take somebody's credit report and you could take that and put it inside of ChatGPT and ChatGPT will write the letters for you.
Oh yeah.
So I did it with a few people and it worked.
Oh damn.
And I was like, man, yo, this is crazy. So I'm like, and then I got paid probably like $4,000 like my first week doing it. And I was like, damn, I was like, if I just find, because I was charging $1,000 at a time, I found 4 people. I was like, if I just find like 20 more people this month, this could be easy $30K for me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So literally my first 30 days after getting fired, I made like $26,000 my first month, my first 30 days. And after that, I was just like, oh, it's over with. I'm like, that just changed my whole mindset. I'm like, if I could make $26,000 a month, it was literally just taking me forever to make that at a job. And I was at this job 60 hours a week, carrying fucking steel and all this stuff on my back and tying down scraps on trucks. And I was like, yeah, this not it right here. I got to do something different. And
no, for sure.
Yeah, so this stuff right here definitely been good to me, man. Just, making money off the internet. It's a very fast and easy way. And then now I got my mentorship program, right? Turning people up on that. I got students, they coming to me, they joining my mentorship program. I might charge them $10K to get on with me. They might make 15, 30, 40K in the first week or two. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
and that's why it's good, like, bro, like to keep grinding, to keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because it's crazy that you just said you was like focusing on making it $26,000 in 30 days, right? Mm-hmm. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. So look, basically, bro just said $26,000 in 30 days, right? So if you look right here, right? If you zoom in, what does that say?
That's how you know it's the truth. What's that, today?
Today.
Yeah, because you come on.
You know what I mean? But I'm just
you
saying,
ain't playing.
Like,
not that you getting to. That's how it's supposed to be.
But I'm just saying.
That's how it's supposed to be.
You see how God worked? The man said 26, and I just showed him 26. That's why I was like, damn, this shit, that's that energy. But I'm just basically saying, though, it's possible because I did the same way you did. I got out, and then I just started just taking other people's videos, right? And I'm like, damn, this person talking about this person talking about that. Let me put it in my own way and start putting ads behind it. While I'm putting ads behind it, linking up with celebrities and actually looking better than them, doing what, because you got your sophisticated looking guys, suits and ties and this and that. I'm like, let me be myself, but give the game, but actually be seen more than these other people. Because like I told you, if you seen more, everybody will tap in with you. You could be another credit, because, okay, let's say if you do credit repair. If you're low key, you're just another credit repair guy. You know what I mean? But if they can't help it but to see you, I'm talking about they see you with this celebrity, that celebrity. They see you on this ad, that ad, this blog, that blog, this podcast, that podcast. It's like, I'm tired of seeing you. I got to tap in with him. That's how this works. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm able to control what I want to get out of people. Because like I said, the more, like, okay, for instance, you got a mentorship program. How much you charge for your mentorship program? If somebody that's watching right now want to tap in and know how to do funding, how to do credit repair, want to get around you to turn up, what would you charge them?
I charge $7,500, but I charge $7,500 if you paying in full, but if you paying on the payment plan, it's $10K.
Oh, okay. And then what you'll teach them?
Run ads on Instagram for their business, right? On Instagram and Facebook, how to fix people's credit. Also, once you sign up with me, you automatically get employees, right? So that way you don't have to do any work, right? Let's just say, for example, right? I get you to start a credit repair business, right? Let's just start with that, right? You start a credit repair business, you charging people $1,000 to do credit repair. You're gonna find the customer, you're gonna give the customer's information to the employee that I give you. You might pay that employee $15, $20 per person that they're gonna do for credit, right? So you just made an $880 profit and you didn't even lift a finger. You ain't do nothing at all.
Like that, basically you're gonna give your VA up, basically.
Yeah, multiple VAs. Yeah, I got a bunch of VAs, right?
Okay.
Yes, I give them VAs, and then also I just give them the whole process. That's the difference between me, right, and a lot of these other mentors. You got some mentors, and I know it's because I done paid for multiple mentorships since I've been home, right? And you got some of them, they'll give you the game, but they don't want to give you the game they don't want to give you the methods that they're really doing.
Exactly.
Right? So they'll teach you and be like, but well, when this dries out, then that's when I'm going to teach you how to do it, and I'm going to let you get the leftovers from it.
So let me ask you something. When it comes to mentorship, right, I know you've been in a lot of rooms, you went to a lot of seminars and stuff like that. do you really see like mentors turning their mentees up, like really turning them up? Like honestly, have you seen I know like me, I got my wave going on because I treat my mentorship like I'm Yo Gotti, Gucci Man, like somebody that, and then and all my mentees are the artists. So I try to make them money and famous at the same time.
Right.
Now, other people, I see the awards. You know what I mean? I see this but what about the turn up part? Like, do they be lit after that, or it just like honestly, you know?
Honestly speaking,
like if you look at somebody's mentorship, right, and they be like, "Hey, I was in this person's mentorship." Do they be lit?
I mean, I think it really depends on the person, right? Because I have had some good mentors. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock the ones that I have, some of them, but then I had some that was just like, well, it was just transactional.
Do you
like
think that
it turns out to be just like,
when I say lit though, I mean like this? Was the mentor big enough to make them just like them?
Very few.
Yeah.
I've seen it before though. I know a couple good mentors, but
Yeah.
you don't see it every day though.
Yeah, exactly.
But you know, it is a lot of power in mentorship program, right? Because the fastest way to get somewhere, right, is to go to somebody that's already done it, right? So a mentor, the point of a mentor is like, right, it helps you avoid making mistakes, right?
Yep.
And helps you get to your destination quicker, right? It's like a snowplow, a truck that's just pushing all the snow and you driving right behind it. And I'm me as a mentor. I'm just pushing all the stuff out of the way, like all the headaches that I had to first go through with starting my credit repair business, my funding business. I'm trying to do everything myself. I'm trying to do disputes. I'm trying to collect payments. I'm trying to answer phone calls and do all that type of stuff, right? So I teach you how to not do any of that. Now my days is just I get up, I might go to the gym and just watch the paper hit that fan base's account. That's it. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't getting on no phone calls. I'm not doing nothing.
Yeah.
Right. So I try to teach my mentees to live like that, to abide by that same type of, method.
Yeah, because like as mentors, we got to continue to grow and continue to be the biggest, because the more you grow, the bigger you get, the more you help them out, because they attach to you. You know what I mean? So it's always good to just continue to grow, continue to push, continue to dump in ads, take trips, do whatever you can to continue to grow to help them become bigger. And that's when the money come in more, you know what I mean? Because now you can charge more because you're doing more.
For sure.
You feel me? As far as growing up, you know what I mean, and, challenges, I know that, I seen you just jump lamb truck and shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how do people that you used to deal with, how do they feel about that? By you jumping lamb, right? You know what I mean? Like, is this a real love, or they just kind of hating a little bit? Like, I would want to know that right there. You feel me? You being in New York, you know what I'm saying? You popping lamb, you really chasing your dreams.
Yeah.
Niggas was hating and shit. Now, like, how do they feel now?
I mean, definitely. I feel like it was a little bit of both, but at the same time, it's like you never even really know, because somebody could be like, "Yo, man, I'm so proud of you," but really low key just like they hating on you or wishing on your downfall. Like, you know what I'm saying? I definitely seen that though already though. Like a few people, I was just like, "Nah, you ain't really happy. You mad? Like I outlapped you. You've been out here for 30 years trying to get it together."
Exactly.
And I was in there for all them years. I'm 33. I'm 33 now. Yeah, I came home 2 years. They popped it on you.
Like they're looking at it like it's not fair.
Yeah.
Man, that ain't fair, bro. How the hell you just get lamb truck and now first of all, you been gone, and then you come home and then nah. They feel like it's not fair that you're doing that,
right.
which is a wrong type of. That's why. Do you believe in the people that you hang around is very important for your energy to be able to be successful?
Of course.
Like, so let's say if you got somebody that's always nagging you, somebody that's always like a spouse that's not believing in you, do you think you still make it through that, or do you think it'll be real hard to do?
You can still make it through, but it'll be definitely hard to, because I feel like I made it through a lot of, my relationships where it was just like, every 5 seconds, but it definitely messes you up because it throw your energy off.
Yeah.
You might want to be like, you might want to go to the gym and work out, but then this person arguing with you like, man, I don't want to work out no more. Just
the energy is important.
It definitely throw your energy off. That energy, you need to be around, and then positive energy.
You start realizing like, damn, like we're sitting as males, we sitting up dealing with these type of energies that's not even around anymore. You know what I mean? So imagine if you just had that clear energy the whole time, you'll be way richer.
For sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because sometimes if you sitting praying, thinking about your goals, writing your goals down and chasing them every day instead of sitting arguing, trying to please somebody, trying to help somebody, trying to do this, trying to do that, you'll be way farther.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's definitely something that you definitely gotta do, man.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta have that positive energy, right? That's
For sure.
100% important, man. Like,
I want to know what makes you different, right, from everybody we see on the internet. Like if somebody's watching right now and they're like, man, look, I got my last $10,000. You know what I mean? I'm ready to give it to somebody in that price range right now.
right.
Why should they give you that 10 bands?
So you asked me two questions. What makes me different, and then why should they?
Yeah,
why should they give
come
me the
up?
10
Why
bands?
should they give you that 10 band? Like, are you going to guarantee them something or
Yeah,
how?
so me personally, like, I have students, right, a track record, right, where you can actually see my students where they started from,
Okay.
right, and where they, like, you know, the money that they've been making, testimonials, stuff like that, you know, actually people that I actually help change their lives. A lot of these people, you like you said, it's a lot of people on the internet saying, oh, I'm going to do this, or I'm this mentor, and listen, man, I ain't going to say no names because people know them.
Yeah.
I paid a one dude $10,000, all right,
Yeah.
for a mentorship program. I ain't hear from the man in 2 weeks.
Shit.
2 weeks later, I'm like, I didn't even get a call yet. I'm like,
Damn.
for 10K, I can't even get a call? It's crazy. You ain't even call me, not one time. So you really have people that's out here that, you know, they'll move like that. You know, they feel like they're on their high horse or whatever the case may be. But as far as like what makes me different than like these other, I would say what makes me different for sure is my story, right? Like a lot of people don't make it to where I'm at, to where I made it to, that went through what I went through, right? I was facing, I could have been sitting in prison for life, right? It was, my lawyer told me, listen, man, they not offering you nothing less than 100 years, Mr. Robinson. Straight like that. I'm like,
damn.
Right? Still figured it out, didn't give up, and I was almost ready to give up. I'm like, yo, listen, man, I was ready to just give me 25, whatever. I was ready to take whatever. And then something told me, I had a daughter, and I was just like, man, listen, I can't. I got to stay 10 toes down, and I got to fight this, you know what I'm saying? I got to figure it out, and I got to get out of here, and you know what I'm saying? I make it back to this, right? So that's just what I'm on. I'm a survivor. That's what I do. Now, as far as another thing, it's just me being genuine. Like, you ask any of my mentees, yo, listen, our mentorship calls might be for an hour. I might stay on there for 3 hours. Yeah. The mentorship program might be for 6 months. You done been with me for almost a year now.
Right.
Because I feel like I didn't deliver, or I feel like I know I delivered, but you're not where I want you to be. So I'm still gonna stay around and show some extra care and, you know, and love on my mentees. So.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, that's what's up though, bro. You know, definitely there's a lot of guys that definitely would just take your money and not, you know, show love, and like, because they do be thinking like they on a high horse and they don't be trying to like, but it's a lot of guys like even myself, bro. You gotta think that really turning people up. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta think I was in that situation, so I understand if somebody get their money, my goal would be trying to triple their money, quadruple it. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to make them money so that they can be happy to bring more people. I make more money. They see your growth. I can brag on you anytime. I'm like, man, look, my boy, he turned up off me. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So it makes me feel good as a person seeing you win if I can help you win. You get it? Which I can, because I dumped so much money into myself. It's all about yourself first. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? The more I continue to grow and you a part of it, you going to grow as well.
All right.
That's the whole secret to it though, man. But I want to know, what's the process, man? What was the hardest process to when you first started, you know, your credit repair business?
What was the hardest thing? I would say most definitely me learning how to take myself out of it. For sure. Me learning how to take myself out and remove myself out of it, right? Because when I first started, and I noticed this with a lot of my mentees, they be like, well, they trying to do everything. They like, oh, well, I want to do the ads on my own, or I want to do this and I want to do that. And I'm like, listen, you don't need to be behind a computer fixing nobody's credit. Yeah. Well, I want to learn. Well, you can learn the process, but at the end of the day, you just wasting time, because it's like, what you going to be? If you're trying to scale a business and you want 2,000 clients, how are you going to fix 2,000 people credit? Yeah. By yourself. Exactly. Right? You need to be worried about doing different stuff, scaling the business, marketing yourself, which you're very good at, right? Yeah. Marketing, putting yourself out, like you said, being omnipresent, letting every time somebody turn on their phone, they seeing you. So that's what I be teaching my mentees. Content. Y'all need to master content. Staying in front of people, staying in front of these people's faces every single day. People need to see you, right? So that's how you get out there. But I would say most definitely that, like, just taking myself out of the business, because I was like, at one point in time, I was too scared to be like, well, I don't want to let this person get on a sales call and they don't close the call, and they don't, you know what I'm saying? They when somebody calls and they trying to get, you know, credit or whatever they credit fix, they might say the wrong thing, right? So I'm like, damn, you gonna cost me money. But I had to figure it out and just be like, you know what, just give it a try and test it out. And then, you know, turned out to work.
So look, you talked about hitting rock bottom, right? How did that shift your mindset when it happened?
Me having a daughter, I feel like that's what really shifted me. Like, me having a daughter and me just having to just be like, you know what, all right, man, I gotta chill. I can't be running these streets no more. It hurt a whole lot more, you know, you in there and they like, yo, the phones is off. And I was locked up during COVID. And they like, yo, listen, man, we locked in our cell. I'm in there for 30, 60 days. I ain't speak to my family in 60 days.
Yeah.
We on lockdown. I ain't speak to my daughter in forever. And they like, listen, they might have us in there for 4 days straight. We ain't taking no showers, no nothing. We just in the cell, stuck. Shit. People dying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it was crazy.
So, like, I want to know, like, okay, you know, you be seeing a lot of stuff on the internet, right, with relationships and stuff like that. Like, how do you balance, you know, success and relationships and stuff that you see on the internet that's going on? You feel me?
What you mean by that? Elaborate a little bit more.
Like, okay, for instance, right? So I know a lot of guys that's on the internet, they boss be they girls, right? Now me, you know, I'm my own boss. Like, if I want to go to Dubai tomorrow, I can go to Dubai tomorrow. I don't got to make a call.
Yeah, but
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, I'm just, me, if I'm going to go to Dubai, I'm going to go to Dubai. I make all the rules. I make all the choices. Now, you got some guys that's like, they're super controlled by like their spouses and stuff like that. And let's say if me, not saying you though, let's say if me and another person go into business, right? And let's say if his girl controls 70% of him, that means that if she says no to whatever going on, my whole shit didn't crash. I didn't put up a bag and all that. So should I rather be in business with her or him? What's your thoughts on that? So if she makes all the choices, who should I be in business with?
I think some dudes are just naturally who they are, right? Like, I know exactly what you mean. Like, I was raised by my dad, right? Okay. Like, so when my parents split up, my dad and I got more. So he basically, my father was young. My mother was younger than my dad. So my mother like kind of split up. And my dad kind of raised us, right? So I was raised by a man, right? So I know how to be a man, right? I know how to like really be a dominant male. So I don't go for none of that. I don't play none of them type of games. But I have a lot of friends that's you know, that go through that, and they gotta be like, yo, you know, like they gotta sneak out the crib. Like, I went to one of my homies' house crib the other day. He literally had to like sneak out the house. I'm like,
damn,
shit crazy.
So no, you know what's so crazy about it though, right? Because, you know, at the age you at, you seen so many relationships like that, and it was like they doing all this just for it not to last, right? So you in your prime that's trying to get really successful, become a 100 millionaire or a billionaire or whatever, and you see that, and like I said, we trying to go into business, we trying to start something, but Shorty basically runs the guy. I'm basically asking, how do you feel about people like that who have girls that basically control probably 80% of the mind and everything that's around them, really? You know what I mean? Like, should we do business with a girl or them, basically?
I want to say I plead the fifth, but I'm going to answer it, though, man.
Yeah, you might, just like 100%. Like, should we just do... I'm going to just be honest. I think we should just do business with a girl.
Yeah. I guess so. We might as well.
I mean, that's
because she the one running things. She the one making decisions. So it ain't no point in me talking to you.
Exactly. Gang only got 10% of thought. So they gotta go. I gotta go ask my girl. I have my girl. I might as well do business with the girl, right or wrong, because she makes all the choices anyway. 100%. So it's just something for guys to think about. I want to put on their mind, because I know a lot of guys go through that, and if they gotta go talk, I'm like, damn. Well, just put me on the phone with her. You get what I'm saying? Let's do a Zoom with her. I don't want to talk to you. You ain't no choice maker.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
you ain't on nothing.
And then, like, this thing, we doing business together. Bro acting like, man, He like
running
this.
stuff,
And then as
the phone hang up.
Soon as the phone hang up, man, babe, like, and then as soon as she pull a plug, she get into an argument or anything, my whole business just crumbled dealing with this weirdo. You get what I'm saying? So I'm basically just giving you example.
That's a fact. I never thought of it like that though. I never thought of it like that. That's crazy. You would think of even.
You have to. Yeah, I listen and then I start reading. I analyze like, damn, who controls what? Who controls the banking account? Who controls the say-so? Who controls every little thing? Because at the end of the day, you your own boss. You think the owner of Coca-Cola and Pepsi and this and that is calling their damn girl when they making a choice to do business with you? They not getting, hold on, let me call you right back. Let me call my girl. Like, think about it. They would never be successful if it was like that because the women run off emotions when it comes to that type of vibe. So soon as like, you know, anything can happen. I'm talking about business-wise. If we talking about business-wise and you call your homie like, hey, bro, you think you want to, they be like, man, I think I want to go. I think I want to get into this. I think I want to do this. I think I want to do that. You know what you want to do, but you need the second, you need the confirmation, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes, what if it's not genuine as you, because most people don't want to see you be Bandman, like they don't want to see you be Bandman, KEVO. Like, honestly. Right? Usually, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's like that, but sometimes it's like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because then if you become like me, it's a possibility that they like, he might feel himself and then try to leave.
Right.
Or do better. You probably feel like you can get better. Now you want a better car. Now you want a better home. You want a better chain. You want a better watch. You might want a better girl. You feel me? So that's what people be, you know what I mean? Even with your homies, they're like, man, this nigga get like dude ass, I ain't want to. Nigga act like he too good to answer the phone now, or he, you know, it's not that. You're just reaching new levels of life.
Right.
You feel me?
For sure.
So yeah, man, I just want to definitely. What's your plans for 2026?
My plan for 2026, I want to actually, I'm thinking about starting to do like a reform type thing, like where I basically, like helping people more, because you know I'm already doing a mentorship program and I'm doing it like outside, right? But I recently was sitting down and I was thinking about like all of the people that, you know, left in there, right? In prison I get a lot of calls from people that I was in prison with. I be like, people will see my videos. Yo, this shit got 1 million views. They're like, hold on, time out.
Yeah.
Yo, I was just in prison with this dude. They called me. They rang me up like, yo, bro, that's crazy. I'm proud of you. Man, yo, I ain't see nobody that we was in there with come home and do what you did, bro. Like, I got so many calls like that. And it's like, you know what? I need to go back and try to speak to a lot of those people, right? Because to let them know, like, the situation that they're in right now is not their final destination.
Exactly,
it's not over with just because you're in there.
Was you in there praying and stuff?
Yeah. I grew up Muslim, so yeah, I was definitely praying every day. And it was just like, at one point in time, I was in there, and I had that feeling like, damn, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. I did all this time in prison. Like, man, they ain't going to give me no job when I go home, or, like, I'm gonna have to change my name.
But it's the guy that was in there telling you that too, though, right? It was the negativity of saying like, "Oh, you going home?"
Look. You know what dudes be hitting me with all the time. They used to be like, "Yo, man," they be like, "Yo, man, it was them goddamn books you was in there reading." Because I was the nigga that was on my bed reading books all day.
They said the same thing to me. They was like, "Man, all you did was read all them damn." But you know, I was in a shoe for 2 years, a year and a half. And they was like, man, you was just in there reading books after books after books, and I read it front to back, so I remember it. Like I read the whole book, and then I go write everything down. Like my favorite, I'm like, damn. So I'll just be writing it down. Like, I can't believe I ain't know this. I can't believe this. So, boom. Then when I got back, I'm like, damn, when I got out of the hole, I'm like, damn, I can continue watching TV, or I can continue reading these crazy books that I'm reading. You know what I'm saying? And that's how, because a lot of the books I never knew about the subconscious mind. I never knew about, you know, millionaire mindsets and different stuff like that. I'm like, damn, there's some crazy books out here. You know what I mean? And I'll start training my mind, and I started thinking more positive. And the people that was real negative, I just stayed away from them and just stayed in my head about how I'm going to get out and what I'm going to have. And then I started doing a vision board, right? So when magazines come in, I used to get a lot of magazines. I used to tear out like Lamborghini cars and shit like that, and I hang them up in my locker. This type of car, this kind of car I'm going to have. Niggas like, man, your ass is dreaming, boy. You ain't gonna have no shit like that. Boy, your ass going to work a job. Like, boy, your ass going to be working. They was like, always, you know, they jokey as hell. So niggas cracking jokes. I'm like, all right, well,
it be them same dudes. Literally, I be seeing now, and they always say that. You'll be like, yo, it's them books you was reading. I was like, yeah. While y'all was over there in the dice game, y'all coming over there. I'm laying on my bed reading the books. Y'all over there rolling dice, making
trying to drink, hoops, making food,
smoking,
doing everything. I was just like, y'all was in that bitch playing. Y'all was not serious about life. Be telling them like, so look, if somebody right now, with their personal credit trying to get a business, what's the very first steps you can think that they can do? They don't got no money saved up. What do you think they can do to, try to get a business started with their personal credit?
So, and their credit is messed up too, or?
Yeah.
So if their credit is messed up, they ain't got no money. Because if you ain't got no money to come to me to fix your credit, I can't even tell you to come to me to fix your credit. So I would say, you try the chat GBT way, fix your credit. Like I said, you could download your credit report like on this app called Smart Credit.
Smart Credit.
The link is in my bio if y'all need it.
Yeah.
And what they do with that is, right, they get that link, they get their credit report. And once they download their credit report, they go and put their credit report inside of chat GBT and then ask chat GBT to write me dispute letters using factual disputing. You can use Metro 2 and consumer law, right? And ask them to create letters and they mail it to the credit bureaus and, pray and cross their fingers that they delete that stuff off their credit report. Now, once they got that stuff deleted off their credit report, right? I would say if you already have positive accounts, great. But if you don't, you want to start building up your credit report, start building up. And this is for people that's broke, right? If you're not, you can come to a professional like me, somebody that actually knows really the in and outs, and I can get it off your credit in 14 to 30 days. And then from there, we start, building up your personal credit profile. You open up an LLC, and you can get personal funding too, right? Because if you don't have no positive accounts on your credit report, it might just be easy for us to get you personal funding, right? Yeah. You get personal funding, or if you already have some positive accounts on your credit report, we could get you business funding, right? You open up an LLC, you want to make sure it's structured right, and then we go from there. You got another play. Like when I first came on, one of the things that I did, right, I opened up a Navy Federal account, right? I didn't have a Navy Federal account. I went and found somebody that had a Navy Federal, got their access code, opened up the account. Once I opened up the account, I went and opened up a pledge loan, right? You could do this with $500. You could do it with $5,000, right? I had $5,000 at the time. I used $5,000. I put the $5,000 in my bank account. I called Navy Federal, said, listen, I want to open up a pledge loan. They said, okay, where is it at? We're going to put that $5,000 in your savings. They put the $5,000 in my savings. Once they put that $5,000 in my savings, they put a hold on the $5,000, and then they put another $5,000 into my checking account. Now, with that same $5,000 that they put in my checking account, I waited like 3 days, and I paid the loan back off. I paid it back off. So once I paid it back off, I got my money back, right? So you get your money back.
Okay.
So if you got the $5,000, $500, whatever, you're going to get your money right back. But you're not going to pay the whole thing off. You just paid like 98% of it off, right? So that way the loan stays open. And when it stays open, it's going to be good because it's going to stay on your credit report. But the trick is when you open it, you have to tell them, listen, I want to be able to make the payments whenever I want to be able to make it. I'm not just going to make automatic payments, right? Because when you do it like that, you could pay majority of it off. So now once you pay majority of it off, like 3 weeks later, it's going to show up on your credit report as a paid off loan, right?
Okay. But
it's still going to be open. You don't want it to close. So you're going to pay off 98% so that way it stays on your credit report. And that'll stay on your credit report for 5 years if you wanted to, right? So now you got a loan on your credit report, $5,000, right? And you don't have no credit, no nothing. You don't have nothing on your credit. That stays open on your credit. And then from there, I went to like 3 months later, you got to have the account open for 3 months. I went and I applied for a Navy Federal credit card. They gave me $27,000. And that was like one of the first cards I used to start making money when I came home from prison because I didn't really have no money. But I turned that to 27 and I just went crazy with that card.
Right.
And I went in, and after that, every 90 days, I went and got another card. Then I jumped to the business cards and got business cards with them too.
Shit. So look, give me a client success story, man, that keeps you doing what you're doing, man.
So I got a few clients. I would say client and a mentee, right? So I got one client who she literally came to me to fix her credit, to fix her and her husband's credit. I fixed both of their credits. And then once I fixed it, right, they went and got a car, stuff like that they needed. They didn't have no car. And then after I did that, and she's an older lady too. She's like 60 years old. She's like 60 years old. She went and after I did that for her, she went and joined my mentorship program right after.
Right.
She was like, yo, listen, you did this. I seen boom, it worked. So she went and joined my mentorship program, and now she's doing exactly the same thing I do, making money. She just quit her job.
Yeah.
And she, she's making money off the internet at 60 years old. So that's,
damn.
You can make money young, old, it don't matter.
Yeah. What's the biggest mistake you seen people do with their credit?
The biggest mistake I want to say I see people do with their credit is, I would say letting their stuff report to the credit bureaus maxed out. For example, people will have, and it might be a $300, $400 card. They'll let that, they got the $300, right? But their due date is on the 16th. They don't pay it. The card limit was only $500, $500. He got $10,000 in his bank account, but you ain't paid a $500 card. What's the your credit looking dookie now, right? Because you're not paying attention, right? So that's something that I see people do all the time. I see people do that all the time. Another thing I seen people do was, this one lady, she came to me and she was like, I need my credit fixed. Yeah. She's like, my credit score is horrible. So she had one $20,000 card, and then she had like another 5 cards. They was all $500. She had all of the $500 cards maxed out to capacity and zero balance on the $20,000 card. Right. I said, you don't need no credit repair. You need credit knowledge. You need to understand how credit works, right? Mm-hmm. You got these cards maxed out. You could use that card that you got to pay the balances off on those, right? Those gonna go back to zero. And in this card right here, it'll be, probably at, 30% usage or whatever it was, and you're gonna be fine. Your credit score is gonna go up. So people just not knowing.
So what's one credit myth that people need to stop believing right now?
I think I would say credit myth that people need to stop believing that, I know one that when people think this all the time, right? I get customers like this. They'd be like, well, listen, if I pay the collection, they think that if they get a late bill, it's already late, right? They pay the collection. Even with late payment, some people think that when they pay that, they bring their car back to date and they pay the late payment, that it just falls off your credit report, or that the collection will fall off your credit report. It doesn't work like that, right? Once that collection goes in, once you let your debt go into collection, it doesn't matter. You could pay it. They're not going to take it off. You're going to have to really have them verify, say, listen, write you a letter in writing and say, listen, I'm going to remove this off of your credit. Right. Another thing, people think that credit repair, takes forever. 12 months, I'll be speaking to people and they just like, oh, they think that it's just a forever process. Not my process. Yeah. I got the quickest process in the world. Mm-hmm.
What's the most you think you made in a month off of, the credit repair, the funding, mentorships, and stuff like that?
The most I made was probably like $160K in 1 month, and that was during this summertime.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely, yeah. And that's exactly why, I got the mentorship program, and I'm trying to teach people
that it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah. It's different ways that you can make money, different stuff. You don't have to go to work, right? A lot of people don't even make $167,000 in 2 years, right? I'm trying to teach you how you can make it in a month, how you can make it in 2 months, right? Yeah. It's easy to do. So, if people want to join, for the people that do want to join, and I'm going to do this, especially for the people that's watching this podcast, right? Just for your people, right? Okay. So, I told you my mentorship is $7,500. I'm going to break that down. I'm going to break that down and do it for $375 for the people that want to join. But they got to say, they came from this podcast. They seen me on this podcast, right? Yeah. So basically $3,700, right? I'm going to break it down. And if you're on a payment plan, it's $5K, right? Okay, so I'm going to break it halfway down, $7,500 for the people, right? And break that down. So yeah, if people want to, and they can find me on Instagram, Credit Works, mainly DM me on Instagram, and that's the quickest way to find me.
And y'all know everything going to be in the description, so y'all definitely got to tap in with that, man. Damn, so you said you made $160K, man. That's great.
Sure,
just coming home and shit like that. You know what I mean? And a lot of people that's watching, they got to understand that it's definitely possible. But I want to ask you one last question, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people right now are still going to school when it's ChatGPT, YouTube University, and all. What do you think about college? Is it a scam or not?
Man, my nieces and nephews might be watching this, but man, I tell them all the time.
You gotta be a good uncle though. Now we gotta be a good uncle now. I gotta be.
But I tell them all the time though, college is cool, and I just like my nephew, he's playing college basketball right now, right?
Okay.
So I tell him, listen, you're good, right? Because guess what? You got a scholarship to go to school. it was free for you, right?
Okay, yeah.
So in that regard, I don't try to I don't dislike it, right?
Yeah.
But nowadays it's like, listen, man, I make more money than the judge that sent me to prison.
No,
I make more money than the teachers and the principals and all of those other people that they went to school to get the doctorate and they spent 10 years of their life in college. You know what I'm saying? When you could spend 10 months learning a skill that's really gonna make you some money.
You know why I broke into this? Because when you said that you got into a fight and lost the job. So this what people don't know is you can go to college, you can learn as much as you can, right? But if one mistake or one problem happened on that job, that 10 years, 5 years, 6 years, 20 years was all a waste. Ain't that crazy?
Yeah.
Because, okay, I don't care how long you went to school to be a doctor, lawyer, whatever. If it goes on your resume that you got into it with somebody or anything happened, it's on your resume forever.
Yeah.
You can never get a job. So guess what it's going to cause you to do? Become a what? Entrepreneur. Now, you might be a judge, you might be a lawyer or whatever, but you're going to have to go start your own law firm and hire the workers who went to college.
Right.
But you're not possibly going to be you work at somebody else's job because they're going to do a background check and see, oh, you made a mistake at somebody else's company.
Right.
That's why you become a company owner.
Right. I tell people that all the time. Definitely got to start your own business, man. That's where the money is at, man. Because you working, but all the work that you're doing, you could be working for yourself.
For sure.
You splitting your profit. You splitting all your hard work. You splitting it with somebody else.
Yeah.
And they taking 90% of it.
Hey, man, listen. Famous and Wealthy Podcast, man. Make sure y'all go DM my boy right now, man, on Instagram. Let him know y'all trying to tap in right now, man. Get your mind right. Famous and Wealthy.